6. First, the highlights. Governor Sanwo-Olu visits Beijing subway, restates Lagos State commitment to partner companies for infrastructural development. Federal government moves to address drop in power supply nationwide. On the foreign scene, Emmanuel Macron reacts to killing of 2 French aid workers in Ukraine by Russian strike. And in sports, Super Eagles media officer confirms availability of goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. In continuation of this infrastructural development drive and the vision to make Lagos better, smarter, and work more efficiently, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has met with the management team of the China Airport Construction Company, CACC, at its headquarters in Beijing, China. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who is currently in China for a working visit with some top government officials, also visited the Beijing subway specifically to inspect the signaling system in use in the capital city. Speaking during his visit to Beijing subway, the governor, who was received by the top management of a company led by the general manager Tang Zhu, expressed the Lagos state government's desire to equally have train operations with signaling system that brings in the best with efficiency, safety, security, and the best technology that is available. Governor Sanwo-Olu said his government has identified the train system as a driver for the state economic value, at the same time a veritable source of movement of the masses from various parts of the city. As Lagos joins the global community in celebrating World Wetland Day, the state government has called for concerted effort to address wetland quality decline through wetland restoration. Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, listed other means to include addressing pollution and cleaning up of fresh water resources across the state. Wahab stressed that addressing the decline will also include increasing water efficiency, integrating wetlands into development plans, and resource management. He said the day is celebrated globally on February 2 to raise awareness about the importance of wetlands and the best approach to protect this most productive ecosystem on the planet. Police authorities have announced restriction of vehicular movement in Surulere Federal Constituency, one of Lagos State, to ensure seamless by-election in the area. Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, Adegoke Fayoade, made this known during a live chat on our program, Your Side Mirror, to clear the air on preparation towards the election. Fayoade noted that every officer must wear their identification cards during the election process. According to him, movement within Surulere Federal Constituency 1 will be restricted between 6 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening. Fayoade, who assured residents of the state of enough security personnel, urged them not to entertain any fear.
They should not panic, they should not be afraid. We have to be taxed. Our men are everywhere. We know the fear that is all over, and we are adequately taking care of that. There's nothing to be afraid about. The third officer will wear uniform. If you have a team of, like, say, 5 officers in a vehicle moving around, we are saying at least 2 of them will be in uniform, so that once they stop him, the officer can come and say, we are policemen or we are not kidnappers. With ID card, everything. On the ID card, you can have, every officer must carry his ID card. I've told them that.
According to him, in case of any infraction, the Commissioner of Police, Fayoade, urged Lagosians not to hesitate to get in touch with the police or call on him on 0803 352 1772 or 0808 176 6655. You can also call 0809 027 7714. Meanwhile, the Department of State Services, DSS, has called for a violence-free conduct during Saturday's by-elections. And this is coming as the Independent National Electoral Commission is set to conduct elections to fill various vacant political seats in 26 states of the country. The DSS, in a statement by its Director of Public Relations and Strategic Communications, Peter Afunaya, urged the electorate and political parties to avoid any action that could cause a breakdown of law and order, while assuring citizens of its cooperation with other stakeholders, including INEC and other security agencies, to ensure an hitch-free exercise. The statement also warned the media, civil organizations, and public commentators against divisive tendencies or narratives that could undermine the peace of the country. The Nigeria Union of Local Government Employees, NOGE, has appealed to the federal government to stop the Navy from destroying refining sites tagged illegal in the Niger Delta. NOGE President Ambali Olatunji made the call at a press conference to mark the end of its National Executive Council meeting in Abuja. Olatunji said NOGE's position is that destroying those sites has no benefit whatsoever for the country's oil and gas sector, as well as for Nigerians at large. He noted that instead of destroying those refining sites, they should be licensed properly and mandated to pay taxes, thereby creating job opportunities and be sources of revenue earnings. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has made moves to resolve power blackouts in some parts of the country. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu, in a statement posted on his official X account after a meeting with electricity distribution and generation companies on Friday in Abuja, said the government will set up a committee to that effect. Adelabu said a plan had also been established to initiate discussions with the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources regarding collaboration and to emphasize the importance of prioritizing gas to power. He also said resolving the issue of gas supply is top priority in the Ministry of Power's agenda, and its commitment to addressing challenges affecting power supply is unwavering. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has warned youth in the country against abuse of alcohol. Assistant Chief Regulator Officer, Investigation and Enforcement Department, NAFDAC, Apapa, Lagos, Kazim Adeniro, gave the warning while speaking in Ota, Ogun State. Adeniro, who identified abuse of alcohol as one of the major causes of crime in the country, also blamed some of the road traffic crashes to usage of alcohol by motorists because of its negative effects on the sense of reasoning. He appealed to companies in the country to join hands with NAFDAC in the fight against the menace. In foreign news now, French President Emmanuel Macron has confirmed that 2 French aid workers have been killed in a Russian strike in Ukraine. Macron, who said this in a post on X, condemned the attack, describing it as cowardly. Ukrainian officials had said 2 foreign volunteers had been killed in the southern Baislav town on Thursday. The victims have not been publicly named. Meanwhile, Russia has not commented on the reported strike in Baislav Kherson region. In sport now, goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali has been declared fit and available for selection for Nigeria's quarterfinal Cup of Nations AFCON clash with Angola. The cheaper United man was stretchered off in Nigeria's 2-0 win over rival Cameroon in a round of 16 game last Saturday, raising doubt over his availability for the showdown against Angola. Super Eagles media officer Babafemi Raji said the player is good to go. According to Raji, the Nigerian player are ready for the match but would not take their opponent for granted. And that's it on the news at 6. But just before we go, stay alive. Make use of pedestrian bridges where available. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X, formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. on YouTube. Subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration completed the renovation of the library at the State Criminal Investigation Department, Kwantiyaba? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights after major stories. In continuation of his infrastructural development drive and the vision to make Lagos better, smarter, and work more efficiently, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has met with the management team of the China Airport Construction Company, CACC, at its headquarters in Beijing, China. The federal government has made moves to resolve a power blackout in some parts of the country. We also told you that French President Emmanuel Macron has confirmed that 2 French aid workers have been killed in a Russian strike in Ukraine. And finally, in sport, goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali has been declared fit and available for selection for Nigeria's quarterfinal Africa Cup of Nations AFCON clash with Angola. For contacts with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagosstate.gov.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adewale Woporoku. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good evening.